Right, so where we left on the last video was we had cut out the ring using the lasso tools, these three here, and then we had copied and paste, copy, merged and paste this over here, so we had one solid image. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to go to filter and then render, and then we're going to do a lens flare. Okay, so you can see the lens flare here. I wonder if I can make this any bigger. No, unfortunately I can't. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move the lens flare up to where the diamonds are, and then I think we're going to, there's four settings here even, and it's just have a sort of play around with what you think looks best of the four settings, and then you can make it very much smaller or incredibly big and burning things out. So we don't want to do that at all. But if we bring that down to about there, then if we just move that up to about there, it's a pity I can't see things better on this screen, and then click OK, you can see I've got a beautiful light burst here, and that makes things incredibly dynamic looking. So if we just step back on that, I'll just show you what another one looks like. Back down to render, render, and then we've got lens flare again. And then if we go to this other setting here, we just bring this down a little bit and bring the size up. You can see a different sort. We've got a big circle there. Now I think that's probably a little bit gaudy, a little bit showy. So we're just going to back down to render, lens flare. And if we do that gives us a nice, the third one down, gives us a nice little sort of white dot. There you go. And that really makes the ring pop. And again, if I was going to do this properly, I might bring that down a little bit, see where it worked on the ring best. But I think that makes the ring really stand out. So again, that's render and lens flare. So I'm just going to take that off a minute, and then I'm going to just try one other thing, just show you one other thing. If you go to render and then you go to lighting effects, this gives you all sorts of lighting effects. Now it's probably best you if you don't know this already, to have a bit of a play with this to see how this works. But you can, in short, you can move the lighting so it really makes the ring stand out, or you can sort of showcase or highlight any particular area of the image. So I'm just going to do that for a minute, and now you can see the ring is dead center, and this area around here has been darkened out. So that's the last thing I wanted to show you there. That's filter and a render, and have a bit of a play with what can be done here, because it's quite interesting to make the rings look better. So if we just step back a few times and put the where are we? There we go. To that. So I've shown you the flare. I've shown you how to cut the ring out and to blend the images behind. And that's it really. I mean, there are other things. There's quite a lot of different ways to blend the images, but we went through that on the previous video. The clone stamp tool to try and merge the edges, the eraser tool to sort the edging out, and then we've obviously done the outer glow as well. So I think that's it really. As we move forward, I'll show you how to work on the diamonds to bring them up and make the metal more neat. There's one last thing I wanted to show you. So if we remove this now, and we're just going to copy, so I've taken that off, I'm just going to copy the ring a second so we can do a reflection. So we'll copy the ring and then paste the ring. So we've got two rings now identical. Now we Control T or edit, transform, scale, and then we just pull that right down like that and up. So that now looks like a reflection. Well, it doesn't yet, but it will. So now we do this, and we go down, it's normal, we bring the opacity down to about 55%. And then we get the eraser tool, and we bring the brush size up to about, I don't know, 65 I've got there. And we just take the edging off, just a little bit like that. And you can see now, it looks like the ring is being reflected in this imaginary glass floor we have. And it just gives a little bit extra. I might even, on layer 5, add a drop shadow to that. So now we've got layer 5, we just bring the sizing up a bit to there. And you can see, if we bring the image right up, we have this beautiful image here with the reflection there. And I think that's all I want to show you for now. Obviously we'll do more in another video on another project. As you see, we've got the blended image, we can put the light flare on, we can highlight it with a light, and we now have the reflection in as well.